So welcome back to the second part now, where we're going to share you some energy medicine moves to shift your energy back into balance so that you no longer overproduce those adrenaline and cortisol, the stress related hormones. You shift back into calm, into rest and digest. So first of all, I just want us to ground. So just rub our hands together, make sure you're well hydrated. If you haven't seen my tips to maximize your energy work, I'll put a link in here, so go back and look at that video. So just put your hands on your thighs and your feet flat on the floor. We'll just take a few deep breaths here. I like to do the golden thread breath, where you breathe in through your mouth, so breathe in through your nose and hold it. And when we breathe out, you imagine you purse your mouth and breathe out slowly, imagining a golden thread slowly floating, circling and wafting upwards. So breathing out. And as you're imagining, as your feet are flat on the floor, just imagine roots growing into the ground as if your feet are spreading out and planting firmly into Mother Earth. Your energy is flowing downwards, grounding and calming. Breathing in and out through your mouth. So you should already start to feel calmer. And we're going to do some massaging the neurolymphatics. So massaging some key points which will trigger the release of that excess hormone. So in the same way the zebra releases the excess stress hormones after the lion has gone and they've escaped. Go back and watch the first video if you don't know what I'm talking about. We're going to do our own exercise. We're going to shift the energy in our body to release those hormones. So this is my belly button. Go out an inch and up an inch, so just underneath where your rib cage is, not on the rib cage but underneath. Lean back a bit if you want to relax into this. We're going to be doing some massaging with those three, with your fingertips, your finger ends, and massage in circular motions, going as deep as you can. It might hurt a bit because those stress hormones will create a sensitivity. If you feel that sensitivity, you are in a state of chronic stress. So this exercise is really good for you. Make sure you keep breathing. Don't do this so hard that you're in agony, because that pain will probably shift you back into a state of physical stress. So we don't want to do that. And the more you do this, if you do this every day, the sensitivity will get better because you will be releasing on a daily basis. And now we'll go back to the belly button, out an inch and down an inch. And this is the cortisol points. So the top points are the adrenal points, releasing adrenaline. And that's a little bit more sensitive for me. Obviously been a bit of stress recently. Just keep massaging. Take 2 or 3 minutes. Keep breathing until you can feel it starting to dissipate. If you do this every day, it's a really good practice to get into, because quite often we're in a state of stress and we don't realise it. I always like to just smooth that down. So now we're going to do some holds to start to support your energy system, so that we're encouraging the stress, the fight, flight, freeze response to release, so you're no longer creating those hormones. So I want you to use that little notch again, 3 fingers and a thumb, come to our belly button and just go a couple of centimetres down. No need to put any pressure now, just putting a notch. Imagine a line of energy coming up here. I'm now going to this, I kind of squeeze my neck a bit. You'll be able to see the notch there. So right between your collarbone here, collarbone and that notch, we're going to come into that neck notch and just literally hold, no pressure needed. And your amazing electromagnetic hands are literally inviting energy to flow upwards, away from the away from your adrenal and cortisol areas where they're collecting, up your core energetic system. And we're inviting the stress response to release, slowing down your heartbeat, slowing down your breathing. And as you do this, if you're visual, imagine any tension in your body. See or feel any tension in your shoulders, your back, anywhere where tension collects for you. Imagine that's a dark space in your body. And as you're doing this, hold that tension, those blocks in energy are just dissipating. And instead of that dark space and that tension, imagine a color. Color is just vibration, just energy. Ask yourself what color you need today. What color in your aura, in your energy field will give you peace, will reconnect you to your wisdom. And whatever color comes first to mind will be the color that you can now imagine filling up those dark spaces, filling up your whole body as if it was a glowing light of that color. I'm imagining green, a beautiful bright verdant green. As I breathe in, I'm calming down, just imagining that tension leaving my body and that bright healing color taking its place. Just going to do a couple more breaths together. Now we're just going to do a couple more things to help eliminate the adrenaline and the cortisol from your body. So rubbing our hands together, I want you to put them straight out in front as fists. I want you to pull those fists up over your head, breathing in as you do. And when we breathe out, we're going to throw our fists to the floor quite quickly, and we'll exhale with a loud ready, and exhale. Really shake your hands out. I'm shaking them like this if you can't see on the video. Hands in fists again. Breathing in. And when you do that, imagine you're throwing all of those stress hormones to the floor, throwing out your anger, dissipating your anxiety, just throwing it all away. And one last time, we'll do it slowly in a measured way now. We'll end with our hands on our heart. So we've massaged the energy system in your body to get your adrenal glands back into working order, into balance, flushing out the adrenaline and the cortisol, putting your body into a state of rest and digest, the parasympathetic nervous system. And we are calm, restored, and rejuvenating. So if you do that every day, you will no longer be in a state of chronic stress. You may no longer feel those aches and pains, and any minor kind of disabilities, allergies will start to release. And stay tuned for more of this, because I've got a slightly longer, but something you can do while you're watching TV. So the magic protocol while you're watching TV to release chronic stress, to release burnout, and get rid of adrenal fatigue. So stay tuned, keep watching, like and subscribe so more people get to see this. Thank you so much for listening.